What's up, metalheads? Me and my co-host Tony F. Corpse will be talking to this guy, Bret Kaiser from legendary band from our days in high school, Madam X, right after this.
Welcome, headbangers, to the Metal Block. Here is your host, Eric.
This is William Howell from Channel 69 Action News with late-breaking fake news. We've intercepted a signal which appears to be originating from a solar system on the dark side of Uranus from the planet Monstrosity. At this point, it's unclear if it's an SOS distress signal or a warning. In either case, protect your loved ones and save yourselves!
And here I welcome the great Bret Kaiser from Madam X. And also Elvis Presley tribute.
Cool.
That's
That's what I do on my side job. Well, not actually my side job. My side job, full time, I work for the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. So.
Oh, you do? Oh, wow.
Cool.
Yeah, are you sheriff or are you a deputy?
I work in the jails. I'm a detention officer.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
So I've been there. I have 12 months till I have my 30 years, and then I'm going to retire. Yeah,
oh,
then I'm going to retire.
Wow.
Easy. I'm pulling the plug.
Yeah. You ever do the Elvis thing for the inmates?
As a matter of fact, when Sheriff Joe was the sheriff, I put together a thing called Inmate Idol.
Oh, cool.
Right when American Idol came out, the sheriff said, "Hey, man, why don't we have something like that?"
That's actually.
I said, you know what? We'll come up with Inmate Idol, and I'll spell it IDLE because they just said idol.
Yeah, you're all in idol.
So I had to sit through about 200 inmates that couldn't sing, so I became the Simon of the bunch.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because man, it's like, hey, go back to your pod, man. Yeah. Who told you could sing? But we got down to 10 people.
Yeah.
And we had a big show in the fire circle at the tents. The tents we have, and Alice Cooper was one judge.
Oh, cool.
I was the other judge, with my Elvis stuff on, and then Sheriff Joe was the third judge. And this one dude who won it sang "My Girl." I forget his name, but and he won pizza and burgers and everything for his pod.
Oh yeah.
And he also got a lead on a recording contract to Atlantic Records. But the dude got out of jail and went back to drugs. So.
Oh damn.
Yeah. But Corey Brothers, I think his name was Corey Brothers or something.
Oh yeah,
like that. Yeah, he did Motown.
It's still pretty cool to do that for like inmates because you can find that one diamond in the rough or whatever that's maybe just that one little chance, But
we had such a good time doing it that about 2 weeks after the show, I get a phone call from some guy, right? And he's like, "Is this Officer Bret Kaiser?" I was like, "Yes." He goes, "This is David Klawans. I'm interested in making a movie about your character." I was like,
Oh, better.
so me being the New Yorker that I am, right? I'm
Yeah.
like, who the is this? You know, I thought it was one of my friends clowning around.
Yeah.
So I asked my wife, I covered the phone, I said, "Hey, look up David Klawans." Well, David Klawans happens to be a producer, and he did like Nacho Libre, Coach Carter,
Oh, yeah.
Wild Hogs,
Oh, damn.
Argo.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah. So I was like, "Yes, Mr. Klawans. How can I
Yeah.
help you?"
Yeah. Those are great. Narcos are great movies. Heck
So
yeah,
they
man.
did, so they sent me my life rights contract, and they want to make a movie. The working title was Jailhouse Rock 2007. I go, "Are you
Nice.
serious?" I go, "Are you
Yeah.
serious?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Heavy metal singer turned detention officer puts together a singing contest to quell violence in the jails and moonlights as Elvis. If that ain't a movie, I don't know what is."
Yeah. And you know what? Imagine if that catches on to like other jails and stuff. That could probably that could help a lot of people as
Well,
far as like help.
actually, in Maricopa County, we have like we had at the time maybe 5 or 6 jails. So I
Yeah.
had to go to each jail with my partner and listen to everybody sing and stuff.
Oh, wow.
But that was 2007.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But
Yeah,
still,
I'm still waiting for the movie, Mr. Klawans.
yeah. Well, you know, movies could sometimes take a long time. But you know what? I would actually pitch that to like make it like a reality series, like a docu-series or something like
Right?
that. That
Right?
would totally, I could totally watch that. That'd be like on Netflix or on Hulu or something.
That'd be
Yeah.
funny, man.
Because look at Jeff Ross. I mean, the comedian Jeff Ross goes to these prisons and roasts, you know, the inmates, and
Right.
you know, so it'd be
I
that
think it'd
catches
be
on pretty good.
awesome, man. You know.
Yeah, you got to pitch it, man. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm still waiting. Please pitch it, man. I'll give you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you in on it.
So if there's any producers out there or directors where watching this right now, hit up Brett, man, because this is a gold mine idea.
It is, man. I'm surprised it took so long, but the guy told me, he goes, "Hey, you know that movie? What was it? Where the cartoon pops out of the sewer and becomes a live action
Yeah.
thing?"
Okay.
He said
Yeah.
that took 11 years to make. I go, 11 years.
Yeah.
God, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's been longer than that, David.
Yeah.
Come on, man. No.
Now watch somebody rip this idea off, and then tomorrow morning be like #1 in Japan.
Oh
you know,
my
it's like,
God! Yeah.
start some other person.
Well, luckily, there's a contract, you know. So,
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, man. So you're from New York originally. So when the sisters started the band, I guess in Detroit, right?
right. Well,
Did they
those
find
guys,
you in?
yeah, those
Did they
guys
find
had
you in
the
New York?
band. Yeah, this
Okay.
is what happened. Those guys had the band in Detroit, and they had a different singer. Well, they came to New York and played. And
Okay.
on Long Island, we had a club called Hammerheads. It was like this huge, big. I mean, you could set 2 bands side by side on the stage. But
Yeah.
Twisted Sister used to play there, Zebra, everybody. And my band on Long Island, Cheetah,
Oh yeah, I
opened
remember
up for
you.
all. We used to open up for these bands and stuff and everything. So when Madam X came to town, they asked me if we wanted to. I said, sure, I'll open up for them. You know, it was cool. We opened the show because we were a pretty popular, you know, tri-state band and everything.
Yeah.
You know, it was a cover band. We did Van Halen, Sabbath, everything and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
so we opened the show, and then they went on, and I was like, wow. The band blew me away. The singer sucked. He was weak.
Yeah.
Real weak. I told him that too at the end of the
Uh-huh.
when I met them. You know, because the 2 sisters.
You know, I'm gunning for your job.
Yeah, the 2 sisters were in the band. I was like, wow, look at that, man. You
Yeah.
know, and me, you know, I'm a cocky New Yorker. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I wonder which one I can go after. You know.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So at the end, you know, we talked and we met him and stuff and everything. And I said, look, if you really want to get serious and get a good frontman singer, man, give me a call. You know, so they left, and I'd say about a month later, I got a call saying, hey, you want to join Madam X? You know,
Yeah.
and they you know, they said, we have a house in Darien, Connecticut that we're going to be rehearsing at, and we're going to go on the road and stuff like that. And we got a new manager, all this kind of stuff. And I was like, you know, one of the hardest things I ever had to do was leave that band because my brother was the guitar player. You
Okay.
know, my brother Bruce, who
Oh,
started
wow.
me in this rock and roll thing.
Yeah.
You know, and he was in a band with just another guitar player and drummer, and they played this junior high school talent show. And I
Uh-huh.
went to see him. You know, he was my younger brother, so I went to see him, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And I noticed all the little, all the girls. Well, it's little at the time. We were both young,
Yeah.
so. And I said, wow, the girls really like this stuff. So I was like, sibling rivalry kicks in. And at the end, he goes, what'd you think? I go, well, you guys are great, but you need a bass player. And he goes, well, why don't you learn how to play the bass and join the band? So I did. I started on a 4-string guitar, learned all the notes, and I played bass, and I learned the bass, and I started as a bass player. That's how I started.
Oh, wow.
And that brought me to around, we had a first band. It was called Flax. We had satin shirts, and we played all these teen centers and racking and rinks, ice rinks and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Well, we get to the point where it was about, I just bought a brand new Rickenbacker 4001 Fireglow, right? And it's 1977, and Elvis passed away. And I've always been a big Elvis fan. I
Yeah.
loved the Elvis movies and everything like that
Yeah.
and stuff. And so Elvis passed away, and I was like, well, you know what? I don't want to be a bass player no more, man. I want to be a singer.
You want to be a singer? Hell yeah.
I want to be a singer now. I'm gonna be the next Elvis.
Yeah.
That was my thing. And then that brought me all the way up to different bands.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Madam X thing, they came to town. I joined. So I left my brother and I joined Madam X. And that was about 1982.
Oh, okay.
I joined them. And we went from, no lie, I moved up to Connecticut with them. They had a house. There was no furniture. There was no furniture. There was road cases and stuff. I moved my bed up there and all my stuff, and we rehearsed, and then we went on the road. And American bands booked us from New York all the way to Phoenix, and back, and we did this from 1982. We played it had to be every place like imaginable. Big places, little places.
Yeah.
I remember playing in Thibodaux, Louisiana.
Yeah. Anywhere there's a pulse, you're gonna play.
Yeah. I remember playing in Thibodaux, Louisiana, playing in a place called the Siamese Disco, and you're standing in I'd say about this much of fluid.
Damn. Really?
It was either beer or piss. I don't know.
Or spit.
Yeah. But it was, I mean, it was an experience, but we honed our craft. We played 4 or 5 nights a week,
Damn.
4 sets a night,
Wow.
and we just honed it and chipped away and just sculpted it. And then finally one day I believe we were in Texas, and we said, okay, let's go to LA and get a record deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So cocky, we were like, yeah, we can do it. Come on, let's go.
Uh-huh.
Let's go to LA and get a record deal.
Yeah.
So we had it booked 3 dates. We booked 1 date at Madame Wong's West as a, just a warm up kind of thing. And then we had a gig lined up at the Troubadour.
Okay.
Well, when we played Madame Wong's West, there was about, 20 people in the audience. And the sound man actually was Gilby Clarke.
Okay.
Cool.
Then later on went to Beat Guns N' Roses or whatever.
Yeah. But so we played, and there was a woman in the audience. Her name was Lucy Forbes, that came backstage to us after the show, because Madam X was always under the our motto was look big, act big, be big.
Yeah.
So we had a semi full of equipment, lights, sound, PA, everything. Anywhere we played, it was huge. We go into towns, and try to set all this stuff. We actually pulled up to a place once, and the club owner came out, looked at the semi, and says, okay, here's your pay. This isn't going to work.
Yeah.
Paid us not to play because there was the truck was bigger than the club.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So anyway, Lucy Forbes goes, I want to take you. You guys were amazing. I want to take you guys to a place called the Rainbow. Now, Grant, you got to understand something weird. 1980. This is 82. No, 84 now.
Yeah.
And we're, we've been playing and stuff like that. And we're like, sure, okay, let us change. No, don't change. Stay in your stage gear.
Yeah.
It's normal here. We were like, okay. So we go up to the Rainbow, and we walk in, and it was like E.F. Hutton's talk. Everybody stopped what they were doing.
They're like, holy
shit. Looked at us and went, who the is this? So we get a seat, we get a table, a booth, and this large black guy, Robert Street, comes over to us and goes, I gotta ask, who are you guys? So we're like, well, we're Madam X, and he goes, you got a press kit? And we gave him the press kit, and he goes, I work for Jet Records. I work for Don Arden.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, well, Don Arden, yeah, Sharon Osbourne's dad. Well,
Oh,
he
wow.
was the one who brought Ozzy back after Ozzy left Sabbath.
Yeah.
And he got him started in his comeback.
He was a real
He,
controversial guy, right? He like
oh,
had
yeah.
mafia ties and stuff.
Oh, it was the grandfather of,
Yeah.
of management. You know, actually, yeah. So Don brought I mean, he had Lita Ford, he had Air Supply, he had
Yeah.
ELO. He brought ELO out.
Oh, damn.
You know, Ozzy. We were like blown away that, you know, oh, you work for Don Arden, how cool. He goes, where are you gigging? I said, well, you know, we go, well, we're doing a show at the Troubadour. So we went, you know, it's like it wasn't right away. It was like a couple of weeks because we had to go back to Texas and play. You know, we had to play in Houston. So we're playing in Houston and we get a call from John Bloomstrom from American Bands. He goes, hey, I just got a call from Jet Records. They want to come to the show at the Troubadour. I said, okay. You know, we were like, okay, how many? They're all coming. Even Don Arden. So we came back and we did the show at the Troubadour. Don Arden comes into the dressing room after and he goes, you guys are my greatest find in 5 years. I'm going to sign you to a record deal now. So we were like, wow, we did it. You know, we were blind. You know, we were young. We were young.
Do you remember that? Do you remember the amount of the? Do you remember the amount of the contract, or like, are you able to say like how much you guys were given?
Well, let's put it this way: Don got us $250,000 record advance from CBS.
Damn.
You know,
You know, that's badass.
Which,
excuse me.
Yeah, right.
When you guys walked into the Rainbow, did you guys already have the image, like, you know, like on this album cover? Yeah, you guys already
it was a little more than that.
A little bit more than that, yeah,
because on that record deal, on that record cover, you can see they airbrushed all the hair out of Chris. You know, Godzilla's hair.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was like very kind of.
And yes, he was wearing assless chaps. You know, when we walked in and stuff, and the girls, all the hair. You know, I mean, we in our rider, that's what we look like actually.
Yeah. Badass.
No, it wasn't that yet. It wasn't the black and white hair yet, because that was another story.
Maybe more like that's the black and white hair.
It was like the cover, right? But a little more, you know, a little more rocked out metal. Yeah. Madam X, we were always a heavy band, you know, when we first started.
Yeah.
It wasn't until we signed with Jet Records and Don, you know, wanted to do more cute, as he put it, cute songs, you know, like High in High School and Come One, Come All.
Yeah. Come on.
Cat's Got Your Tongue, you know, stuff
Bret,
like that. And,
I wanted to ask a question.
Yes.
So the front of the album, I always wondered ever since '84 why you didn't have like heavy makeup or anything. Was there a reason?
Because I was just, that was me, you know.
Yeah.
I was just like natural. I liked my hair, you know. It was me. I never tried to conform or anything like this. So that brings us what happened. So we were booked. Don, we signed, we did all this, and Don goes, okay, I'm sending you to England and the UK. You're gonna play there.
Yeah.
And so like everybody was like, you know what, your hair, you should be like all black or bleach it like Vince Neil. And I'm like, no, I ain't Vince Neil. I ain't like anybody else. So I took a trip down to Attila in Beverly Hills with Robert Street, you know, the big black guy, and I said, you know what, man? I said, do this part black. Hey, and do this part white.
Yeah.
I said, just do it black and white.
Yeah.
Like Cruella DeVille, whatever.
Yeah, whatever her name is. Yeah, I can never say her name right.
I'm not gonna be like Vince Neil, and I don't want to have it all black. So just do this. So I did it. And I came back to the Jet offices, and Don was like, "Oh my God, that's awesome.
That's perfect."
Right? And so they were like, "That is great. You know, what a great look and stuff." And then that brought me to like putting a fishnet stocking on. And
then you say, okay, I'm in now. I'm in it now.
I'm in it now, man. I'm signed, so I'm in it now. So that was, you know, that led to that picture that you showed, the Mark Weiss picture that the black and white hair and stuff.
The pink one.
That was taken by Mark Weiss right there. Cool. That was when we were going to England that was our promo shot to go to England with.
What was it like working with Mark?
Oh, Mark's the best, man. Yeah. Mark is
legend.
The photographer. You know, and I'm so honored that we're in that book. A Decade.
Yeah, I got that book. Yeah,
stuff like that.
I have it too.
Yeah, and Mark sent me some other extra special pictures. I got them somewhere around
Yeah.
here, but big poster of me with
Yeah.
full body
Yeah.
and that
Cool.
fishnet stocking and high heels on. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Do you still keep
But
in contact
hey,
with? Do you still keep in contact with Mark? Like,
yeah, I
just,
see Mark every once in a while. Like
that's,
when we did the Monsters of Rock cruise, and stuff
mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. But yeah, and he's just a fabulous. I mean,
Yeah.
what an amazing story he
Mm-hmm.
has. I mean, he's like a legend.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Would you sell
But
any of those posters of you? The one of you full body, like, would you sell those or no? That'd be kind of cool. I'd like to have one of those autographed.
Yeah.
But with
I
your
might
hair,
I
the
might have a
full glam
copy.
look.
Yeah. I got like copies of her. I got stuff, and
Yeah.
yeah, I could send you one. I think I
Oh,
have
really?
one.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
I
Yeah.
think I have one somewhere.
Really?
Mark sent a whole bunch of stuff. That picture that you just showed before. He
Yeah.
sent
Yeah.
us like a whole bunch of postcards with that
Oh yeah.
picture
Cool.
on it and stuff
Okay.
like
Good.
that. Yeah.
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 Yes. So.
I got 8x10s of that signed by the
Mm,
band and stuff. So I'll
yeah.
send you guys one of
Awesome.
those and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be
So let
great.
me
I
ask you
love
this.
that look.
Yes.
That
So
was a great look.
when you guys get down to record, like, okay, now you got to record this album. We reserve the right. Like, do you already have the songs prepared? Like, every song is like anthemic. Every song is like, just in great production. I mean, you got Rick Derringer
Well,
as a
yeah, it was
producer.
Rick Derringer. That was the
Yeah.
thing too. When Don said, "Who are we going to get to produce this album?"
Uh-huh.
And Don goes, "I want somebody youthful, young rock, like a
Yeah.
cute." So he said, "How about Rick Derringer?" I think he was doing something with Derringer. So
Yeah.
because that always how it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're doing this. Well, I want you to do this.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we had Rick Derringer, Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo, I mean,
Yeah.
another legend,
I think Edgar Winter, I believe it was.
And
Yeah.
we went to Cherokee Studios and we had George Tutko, rest his soul. He
Oh
was the
wow.
engineer, and
Okay.
stuff. And we spent, I don't know, 30 days in Cherokee Studio, just recording.
Uh-huh.
And most of those takes, like one
Yeah.
take,
Yeah.
I remember sleeping there, in the piano or so on the piano. So
Uh-huh.
we just I mean, we knocked it out, and
Were you guys kind of writing the songs as you're recording? Like, in other words, like,
a
you're just
couple
sitting
of
around?
them,
Couple of them,
couple of them. I
yeah.
mean, we had high school, Metal in My Veins, all that kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
like Max's solo, Max Volume,
Yeah.
whatever it
Yeah.
was before Metal in My Veins. She did that on the fly, and
Oh wow.
some other songs we wrote.
Mm-hmm.
We were writing as we were on the road,
Yeah. Yeah.
and when we started doing our, mostly all originals, we always threw a couple of covers in the set,
Yeah.
like an Ozzy song or an Accept song,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Son of a Bitch. We used to do
Oh
that
yeah.
song
Cool.
and
Oh
stuff,
cool.
and some Priest, because we loved Priest. When
Yeah.
we first started, we opened a club here in Arizona, because I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, right?
Uh-huh.
So we opened this club. Not us opened it. The Long Brothers opened it. But we were the first band to play this club, a big, huge rock club called Rockers
Yeah.
here. And Rob Halford came down to the show
Mm-hmm.
the first night and sang 6 Priest songs with us,
Oh wow.
and came back the next night and the next night and the next night.
Mm-hmm.
and we, Rob is a fantastic guy, man. He's a beautiful human being. And
Yeah.
I mean, it was, wow, this is Rob Halford from Judas Priest,
Yeah. Yeah. And
man.
he's still out there doing that shit.
Oh, yeah, and sounds great. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So like he would do the scream on at the end of Green Man Alicia, and I'd do the harmony scream to him, and he'd be like,
Damn.
he actually said to me once, before we went on, he goes, "Do you know the words to Grinder?" I go, "Hell no, Rob. I can't understand what you're saying. I just sing it like you."
Uh-huh.
Oh, the day to narrow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
But anyway, it was so much fun. We met so many people, and it was just, we were like, wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
Then we went and got signed, and when we came back and played that same club, Rockers,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
with our record and stuff like that, we had a tour bus and everything. It was like we blew up the transformer in the club.
Oh yeah. Okay. Damn.
The owner was like, "What'd you do to my clown. There's so many. We have so many stories. Hopefully, it's all going to be, in the book and in a movie. In a movie, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, am I making you guys dizzy? I'm sorry.
No,
I'm on
no. You're good, man. Yeah, you're good. Yeah,
I'm on a swivel chair. So
your voice is like so powerful, so good, especially on that first album. I mean, it's just like especially for the a lot of people think glam metal, they're like this and that, but I mean, your voice is like. When did you actually, like, even though you were inspired by Elvis to sing, but when did you actually know you could sing, or did you take lessons, or was it something that just kind of came natural?
I have never taken a lesson in my life. I've
That's
taken tips from some great singers, like on Long Island, a good buddy of mine, Roy Gardner from a band Whitefire. He took lessons from the people, who, that took lessons, like Dee Snider took lessons from this person, Roy, and I listen, this is a learning thing for me, playing and stuff. So I just got, your voice is a muscle. I tell this, everybody asks me, can you teach me how to? No, I can't teach you how to sing. I just do it.
You just do what you
do. You there's things you can do to warm up, like even Sebastian, Sebastian is a good friend of mine. So, he tell me all the scales and stuff, and he warms up a lot. Before I go on, I do a scale. It goes like this. And if that comes out, if that comes out good, it's going to be a great show. If it comes out a little rough, I'm going to talk more to the audience. But that's but it just your voice is a muscle.
Yeah.
And if you work out at it, it's going to get better and bigger and bigger. And boy, did like those first signing with 82 to 84, 4 sets and 4 nights a week, 4 sets a night.
Damn.
It just built it and built it. Were there times when I could? Yeah, there were times when it was rough and stuff like that. And we were doing a gig once, and I remember I had no voice. So we ran to a doctor, and he gave me a shot, and my voice came back, and I just took care of it after that. And,
So it's safe to say that. So it's safe to say that you'll never use backing tracks or lip sync live, right?
No,
because you still got that voice, man. I mean, it's like we're all up there in age. I'm 55. I'm sure you're a little bit older than us, but a lot of guys at that age they can't do it anymore. But yours sounds to me like you're still hitting that shit.
Well, yeah, and you know what? Wait till you hear the new record.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to talk about that, man.
We have Chris Laney producing it from Pretty Maids.
Oh, okay. Damn.
And the man is a maestro. I mean, he is a magician, maestro. He's got all these great. I mean, he took stuff that we wrote before we got signed. We had some songs that he saw on a live radio broadcast from Harpo's in Detroit that we did.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Man, that's a good song." And we're like, "Oh, that's old." No. And he took and we did these demos, and we listened to this stuff, and we're like, "Oh my god, what a great song!"
Yeah.
So he got us back on the excitement and stuff, because like we did Monstrosity, the second record, and it was great. They had Michael Wagner mix some songs.
Monstrosity,
Michael.
It's so hard to find it on vinyl, man. It's like you guys need to repress it.
Well, that was a whole nother story with EMP and stuff, and
we'll get into some of that. But damn. So when does the new album? Do you guys have a set date for the new album? And
no, but I always tell people no, but I always tell people at least Madam X is consistent. Let's see. First record came out in 1984. Second one came out in 2017. It is now 2024.
Well, hey,
I think it's about due.
Yeah, look at Boston. I mean, I think band like Boston, they had like one album every 10 years or something like that. But then it's like,
and to God, if we have the success that Boston had with records.
But what's great is like, even though you got just like right now only 2 in your discography, like 2 studio albums, they're both bangers. I mean, they're both great records. Whereas like a lot of bands will have 20 records and 10 stinkers or whatever.
Well, Monstrosity.
You're 2 for 2.
Monstrosity came out heavier.
Yeah,
We Reserve the Right, because the girl on We Reserve the Right. Me and Chris Godzilla did most of the writing. We did.
Yeah.
The girls came out Monstrosity and started writing and stuff like that. And man, we just had it just got so heavy. They're very much into the heavy, heavy side, which Madam X used to be.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
before we got cute. You know.
yeah. I mean, I think even the first record is pretty heavy. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, what baffles me about it is like, a song like "We Reserve the Right" to title track. I mean, just listen to it now. That should have been as big as "We're Not Gonna Take It" or "Come On, Feel the Noise." I'm wondering, like, what do you think kept it from getting to that level? Even though it did have a lot of good
Well,
success.
let's see. What kept us from like that? Maybe Don getting
Oh yeah,
indicted,
I guess that that would
and
play
then
into
and
it.
then Jet Records disbanding and
Yeah,
Madam X in limbo. You
yeah,
know, I
yeah,
mean, it was just
yeah,
it was this whole trip for me has been. This is how it was supposed to be. You know,
yeah.
I don't have regrets.
That's
I
good.
have no regrets or anything. Things work out the way they're supposed to work out. We're
Yeah,
still together. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
the all original members,
All
even though
original.
they went through certain
Hmm.
singers and stuff
Yeah,
like that, it came back home. And
yeah.
this record is going to put us. You know, I truly believe this record will put us back on the map, and
I
we'll get
felt
out
too.
there and play. Because Madam X has always been a live band. You have to see this band live.
Yeah, yeah,
To see the band live is to go, oh my God, you
yeah.
know.
I feel like there's like a resurgence coming, with that new record, and it's just gonna be
Oh,
like, because like a lot of people a lot of, especially this young generation, is getting into like a lot of the bands that were from the '80s and stuff. And when
yeah.
they release the new music, it's like, wow, they're digging in their parents' record bins and saying, wow, what is this band? I mean,
You know, I get my Facebook, the Facebook page we have, our website, is
hmm
when are
yeah,
you guys playing? When is
yeah,
Madam X playing?
yeah,
It's kind of like we're not doing it on purpose.
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
the promoters, especially in the States, man, it's so hard to, you know,
yeah.
metal in the States and stuff like that.
I know,
That's why
yeah.
we went over to England and stuff, and like Twisted,
Hmm.
Twisted Sister, when growing up Long Island, when we used to open and stuff, and
Hmm.
they were huge on Long
Yeah,
Island,
yeah,
but
yeah,
nowhere else.
yeah.
So then they went to England,
And then
and they
boom.
went and played over there, and they came back, and it was like boom.
Yeah. I wonder why it is. It's so weird. Like I do notice that like different countries is so much more passionate for the music.
I gotta tell you, like,
Mhm.
um, when we got a call from Sweden Rock,
Yeah.
and they said, "Is this the all original band?" I said, "Yeah." So because I'm getting ahead of ourselves. Like,
No, you're good. As a matter of fact, I was going to bring up the Sweden Rock.
okay, so
I was
here's
going
how
to
it
bring
all
that up right now too, actually, but
here's how it all started. It's
Okay.
Roxy's fault. Okay,
Yeah.
it's Roxy's fault
Yeah.
because Roxy was in Vixen. You know, like
Yeah.
when I took my vacation for Madam X,
Yeah.
Roxy was being pursued by Vixen, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we were sitting. This is how it happened. We went to Canada. We did a tour there. We did a little thing there in Canada. I met this young kid there. I think he was about 16,
Mhm.
17. His name was Sebastian. And we'll get back to that in a second.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So then we came back and we're living in Burbank. We got a 2-bedroom apartment with 4 band members and road crew, not doing anything.
Mhm.
Like, what the heck's going on?
Yeah.
So I said, look, guys, you get 4 musicians and not doing anything.
Uh.
It started getting really dicey. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
tempers were flaring.
I imagine.
So I said, I'm going to go back to New York and give me a call if something happens.
Yeah.
And Roxy made the decision to join Vixen, you
Mhm.
know. So Max and Chris continued on.
Yeah.
So they continued on with Madam X. They went through a couple of singers, and
Mhm.
including Sebastian Bach.
Yep. Sebastian Bach. Yeah.
So, and meanwhile, I went back to New York, played with my band again with my brother
Mhm.
and two other childhood, friends that we grew up,
Yeah.
and called it Kaiser.
Okay.
Now, since I made a lot of connections in Phoenix, I moved my band to Phoenix. And we did this scene here because back then, I
Yeah.
think it was like 86, something like that. There was a
Yeah.
scene here you could play 5 nights a week doing music,
Damn.
and it was cheap to live here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? and it's 6 hours away from LA. So I had that same mindset. We're gonna get the band ready. We had all like originals that people loved and stuff
Mhm.
here, and we said we're gonna shop it in California, in Los Angeles and stuff. And Robert Street took over and shopped the thing to certain labels, and the labels were like, well, Kaiser, that's very German,
Mhm.
and I'm not saying there was any, you know,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. It's Kaiser.
So yeah, so we said, okay, let's change the name of the band. So we
Yeah.
changed we went from Kaiser to the Bowery Boys,
The Bowery. Okay, cool.
Bowry Boys.
Yeah, that's the
with a
shirt you
Z.
got on, right? Yeah.
No, this is a
Oh.
John Bavardos, baby.
Okay. Yeah.
Bowery, New York City.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
anyway, so we were the Bowery Boys, and we got a Bud Light sponsorship. We did that Bud Light contest, Budweiser contest, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And we got a sponsorship from Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light, Bowery
Mhm.
Boys, and we went on a tour of the states with that.
Okay.
And then nothing happened. So anyway, fast forward, I get a call. Roxy goes to England and plays the Firefest with
Yeah.
Vixen. Well, she noticed a lot of. Oh, by the way, it's Roxy's birthday today too.
Oh, happy
Oh,
birthday, Roxy!
Happy birthday,
Hell yeah!
Roxy.
One of my
So-
favorite drummers. My favorite
Yes.
drummer.
So a lot of merchandise coming across the table. Madam X Records, the album. We were
Yeah.
to the right and stuff, and pictures, and
Mhm.
so she's signing. So she calls her sister up, Maxine.
Yeah.
Says, hey, I got a lot of people loving Madam X. We ought to do something for the fans.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, we've all been getting hits on Facebook and
Yeah.
and stuff. When is Madam X getting? Are you ever going to do anything with Madam X? I need this. Can you send me this? All this. So Maxine calls me. Says, would you be interested in doing something for the fans? She explained what happened to Roxy, and I was like, yeah, that's sure, but you got to get Godzilla.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I don't want to be one of those bands who only has one or two or even
Mhm.
three
Yeah.
original members.
Mhm.
Let's do all original members and stuff.
Yeah.
So it happened. Chris wrote a song called Another 80s Rock Song.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about that song. I just discovered that recently. I didn't even know it was out to like scroll
Great
around on.
song. Great
Yeah.
song.
Yeah,
So
it is.
we
It's-
put that out, and then all of a sudden the phone rang, and Sweden Rock says, "Is this the original members?" And we were like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
'Cause we want you to come and play Sweden Rock Festival. Because
Oh wow.
unbeknownst to us, we had a huge
Yeah.
following in Europe and England, Sweden,
Mhm.
Germany, Japan.
Yeah.
We didn't know. My bank account certainly didn't show it. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden there's CDs going out there
Damn.
from We Reserve the Right. Now, We Reserve the Right came out in 1984. There weren't CDs yet.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Somebody, excuse me, somebody was making money.
Yeah.
It certainly wasn't us.
Yeah. Making more money.
So we said, yeah, it's all original members. We want you to come play Sweden Rock. So they gave us a price, and we was like, well, I don't know if we can do it. And then they gave us another price, and we said, okay, we'll do it for that.
Yeah.
And it was going to be our, just do the show, say thank you
Mhm.
until we got there. So we fly in
Mhm.
Copenhagen, airport, and
Yeah.
there's people there with homemade posters and signs. Madam X, we were like,
Yeah. And shirts and
now
yeah.
me being the cocky New Yorker, like I say I am, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking around for some video cameras going, all right, who set this up? What the hell?
Is this Ashton
And they were
Kutcher
like-
pranking us?
They were like, no, we're from Poland. We knew Madam X was playing. We knew Madam X was playing Sweden Rock. We can't wait to see you. It was such a great feeling. Are you guys playing drums or something? What is that?
What does that sound? Yeah, the crinkling sound. Oh shit! Sorry.
Sorry, I haven't ate all morning, so I'm like my stomach
Neither
grumbling.
have I. I got a cup of coffee. And I got these new supplements that I put in my coffee. There's all these healthy mushrooms,
Yeah.
but not that kind of mushroom.
Yeah.
But
So I
Yeah.
imagine like seeing that crowd because I watched that footage on YouTube. The Swedish Rock Fest. There's clips on there.
See,
And that
what
audience
happened
was
there?
what's
What
that? Yeah.
happened there is we were signed to do the last day of the festival,
Uh-huh.
right, at 12:45 in the afternoon, right.
Yeah.
So the guy from Sweden Rock's like, guys, I don't want you to be upset or anything like that. It's the last day of the festival. He says, I just hope you don't have any big. Dude, we're like, man, we're just happy to be here.
Yeah.
You know, we can't wait to get out there and play. You know, we
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
played together. You know, before we went to Sweden, we did a warm-up gig in Detroit at Diesel Lounge, and it was like we never stopped playing. You know what I mean? I mean, we rehearsed a couple of days before that. You know,
Yeah.
when I flew over to Detroit and we got together in this basement, a friend's basement, just to rehearse,
Yeah.
it was like we didn't stop. You know what I'm saying? We got together, we played the first song, and we were like, "Holy crap, man!"
Yeah.
You know,
It's just like magic. You know, just
yeah.
that
So
energy.
we did the Diesel show, and we were like, "Oh yeah, this is cool." So we went to Sweden. We're in the dressing rooms, which were away from the stage, and we're getting ready. You got to take a golf cart towards the stage. Well, we're getting closer, and I'm like, guys, do you hear that? We hear Max, 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 right? And it's getting louder and louder as we getting closer and closer and closer to the stage.
Yeah.
You know, we weren't expecting. I tell you what, when I hit that stage, dude, I was like a walking erection, man. It was like there were 15,000, close to 15,000 people on a Saturday afternoon, last day of the festival.
Yeah.
Singing the songs to the 1984 record, right?
Yep.
And I know they knew the words because I flubbed the first.
Yeah. And I was looking in the crowd. A lot of them were pretty young-looking people, like in the crowd when they shot the crowd.
We were doing High in High School, and I sang the wrong words, you know. And
this
guy in the front row looks at me and he goes,
"Cool." So, he's all like this.
Yeah. Hold your feet to the fire.
We were amazed, man, and that set went so quick.
Damn.
We were done. We were back in the dressing rooms, and we're going, we got to keep doing this, man. You know, that's it. That's it. You know, we're back.
You caught the bug again.
Yeah, because, you know, like Chris Godzilla said, he goes, this was going to be like our swan song. Thank you very much, you know, and stuff like that. And we, you know, because, you know, when we did England back in 1984, you know, we played the Marquee, you know, the Marquee.
Yeah.
Sold it out in like, I think he said 50 minutes or something, and turned away 500 kids. The streets were packed with kids. We would go during the day. We would go out shopping and stuff, and you know, or to eat. And now I had black and white hair at the time, so we had about 50 kids following every day, asking for autographs and taking pictures. You know, we were like, wow, this is cool. But Sweden, the people were amazing. I mean, there's no hate in the eyes. In Sweden. Sweden loves their metal. I mean, they are dire fans, man. You know, they couldn't do enough for us, you know, and this just blew us away, you know. So we were like, all right, let's start working on the next record.
One thing I noticed about Sweden too is like they're such great songwriters, like people who write music in Sweden, like the metal bands, or even they're just all good songwriters. I'm thinking, is there something in the water over there? Because it's like they just write great melodies in everything they do.
And that's why Madam X, I guess, went over, you know, the big anthem songs and stuff. And so we were like, okay, we got to start working on the next record. So that's when we started working on Monstrosity, you know, back then.
So I guess that was David Elvis's label or something like that.
That's his label, but he had nothing to do with the.
He had nothing. Okay.
No, it was all some other guy that really, you know, us. But anyway, we got out of that, you know, and stuff like that, because it didn't do anything. You know, they said they were pushing it and everything, but they didn't. You know, nobody pushed it. Nobody hardly knows about it.
To be honest, I didn't even know it existed until like maybe a couple years ago when I was scrolling around looking for Madam X stuff on YouTube, and then came across the video Monstrosity. I was like, okay, wow, what is this? You know?
I got it when it first came out.
But Tony got it
when it came out. I got it.
Yeah.
Did you get the vinyl? Did you get the red vinyl?
I got the CD.
Yeah, I got the CD too. Because I was trying to find the vinyl.
That's the thing. When we got there, the guy in Sweden, Johan Lindstrom, right? Johannes, great gentleman, man.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't think you guys realize how big you are here.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, you have got to have sold at least 1 million records. I'm like, well, I can tell you right now, my bank account don't show that.
You know, right?
And everybody, after the show, we did this the meet and greet signing thing.
Yeah.
They had to turn. I mean, it took too long. There was too many people. And we were ready to stay there all night signing stuff, but they needed that for the next band. So,
yeah, I think I saw that on YouTube. There's a clip of you guys signing autographs, like people standing in line.
But I remember standing watching Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Watching in the audience. I'm standing. We're all standing there watching Black Sabbath with Ozzy.
Yeah, that's right. That's when they were reunited
and people behind me singing "We Were High in High School." I was like,
"Cool,
it's a trip, huh?
Can you sign? Can you sign this?" yeah, sure, man.
Did we reserve the right ever go platinum or gold? Like, I would think it had to have sold quite a bit back then. I would think, with MTV.
You know what? I don't know. But I did get this. I'm walking right now.
Yeah, cool.
Hold on, I'll show you. I did get this in the mail from Jet Records, I think. But
okay. Yeah, that's nice, man.
Can you see that?
Cool.
Little tour of Bret's house there. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, and that's the first record.
Yeah.
Second record, and then I got a gold record from Vixen.
Yeah.
And then this is cool.
Oh, cool.
This was made Madam X's debut record.
Oh, badass. Yeah.
And I love the saying on it. We're talking about songs at a groupies convention.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So they got all this stuff, man, and
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice right there, man.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you know what? I don't know. I
wonder if you probably look it up on like the RIAA, whatever.
Probably.
But it sold.
I don't think so because I've never gotten a royalty check.
But with the resurgence of Madam X coming back, I guarantee people will be going back and buying that shit. That's why.
And not only that, not only that, but see, here's the kick in the ass thing.
Oh yeah.
Don Arden was our manager.
Yeah.
But he was also president of Jet Records.
Oh shit. Yeah.
We were like, well, what do we're kids. You're kids.
Yeah.
We need a lawyer. I've got a lawyer for you.
Yeah.
His lawyer.
Oh shit.
I mean, we got a big advance from CBS. Yeah. They got their money back.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to pick up the option for a second record. So
So with a lot of bands that are releasing this year, like 40th anniversary, because 84 to me has always been my favorite year of metal, because it was when I got into heavy metal. Ozzy was my first concert, and I got to see Rat. Wasp that same year formed a band with this guy back in high school, and
that was your first concert.
Yeah, Ozzy with Jake E. Lee, and that's what made me want to play guitar. I was like, oh, I got to play guitar now because Jake E. Lee.
Tony, what was your first concert?
Let me think. First concert. You mean a big band or just a band I liked?
A big band. Yeah.
Okay, I remember. I know Eric. You might know this. Do you remember that band Wildfire?
Oh, yeah.
They played just Air Force.
Yeah, but they're like a local band. He's talking about bands like what was your first band? Yeah, what was your first major concert?
Big concert.
Yeah, like mine, Ozzy.
It's got to be Wasp, Helix, and Crocus, 1984 in Fresno.
Yeah. That's when we went together.
Now I'm going to date myself. My first concert was Queen with Thin Lizzy open.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I know, right? And then the second concert, which changed me forever, was Kiss.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Oh, yeah. Kiss. Are you still a big Kiss fan?
I love Kiss.
Yeah, me too.
Kiss.
So do we. I'm a Kiss freak here. I got everything. I'm a major collector.
I actually went on work.
What's back here? You see?
I went on 3 or 4 dates with Vixen, and had dinner with, they opened for Kiss.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Yeah.
So I remember sitting in the room when they were getting ready. Well, they were already ready, but anyway. But
let me show you this, Brett. Check this out. You see my old Kiss shirts? I'm in my bathroom, so.
Oh yeah.
I got the Peter Criss.
All decked out.
I got Gene Simmons. Or I don't know. I can't really tell what's up, but I got tons of Kiss stuff.
Very cool.
I'm
sitting there, and in walks Gene Simmons, right?
Yeah.
And you just felt him walking in the room before he actually walked in the room.
Yeah, he's got that presence.
You know, he walks in the room, and I'm like, because Kiss. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know? So we're having dinner before the show, you know, before they got ready and everything, and Gene's sitting there, and Paul Stanley is standing in front of me, you know.
Yeah.
He goes, so you're from New York, huh? And I was like, you know, that's the first time I ever heard Paul Stanley talk.
Yeah.
Now I remember, you know,
Yeah. How you doing tonight?
Yeah. How you doing tonight? Let me hear you. So you're from New York, huh? I was like,
yeah. Hey,
they were great people, though. I mean, you know.
If you remember a couple years ago, there's a Sam Loomis guy that dropped all that Kiss footage, that leaked that Kiss footage. If you ever want some of that, I got the entire Sam Loomis footage,
Really?
you know, like rare stuff of Kiss. Yeah, I could send you a Google Drive. You could download it as much Kiss as you want. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. So, you know, and I met the band, and they were great. You know, Gene Simmons. The guy reeks of money.
Yeah.
He's got an air about him, you know, that was like so powerful. It was like, God damn. Besides the fact that they were in 7-inch heels, you know, and stuff like that, he was like,
yeah. Imagine if Gene would have got a hold of Madam X back in the day and produced that first record. I wonder what if it would have made a big difference.
You know, it would have been a Van Halen story.
Yeah.
You know, but Gene would have. You know, I always think that we would have been a great opening act for Kiss, or I even think to this day we should be on the road playing with Alice Cooper. We should open up for Alice.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, Alice ain't quitting no time soon. It doesn't look like. So I think you guys have time to definitely get on that road with them.
Yeah, his guitar player is a very good friend of mine from Long Island. We grew up together playing in bands. Tommy Hendrickson.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Him and his brother was in a band called Rough Cut.
And
me and my brother were in a band called Cheetah, and we used to play together and stuff. And we did a couple of shows. We called them Tween Nights.
Okay. Oh, matter of fact, you know, I like to say that Rough Cut was my first concert because the Rough Cut was who opened for Ozzy that night that I went to see him.
That's a different Rough Cut. That's Paul.
We're talking about
this is just a Long Island band, you know.
Like, the Long Island Rough Cut. Okay.
Yeah, Long Island Rough Cut, but they were great, you know. And Tommy is, you know, he was a bass player too.
Okay.
He started as a bass player.
Yeah.
You know, and he's another genius.
Yeah.
Man, Tommy Hendrickson, great kid.
Hey, so I saw an interview with Chris Godzilla, and he was talking about how he got his name. Is it true how he got his name? Like,
I gave him his name.
Yeah, how did that come about? I want to see.
The dude is a walking What's that commercial with the guy Mayhem?
The
commercial with Mayhem. That's Chris. That's Chris.
The insurance commercial.
You know, I get tired just speaking to him because he's like so. 100%. You know, everything.
Like
at the end of the conversation, I'm like, oh my God, Chris. So we're playing. You know, we're rehearsing or whatever, and he got pissed off at a show or something, and he starts throwing his bass around and knocking things over. And I go, damn boy. I said, calm down, man. You're just like Godzilla walking through Tokyo. and I go, that's it. I'm calling you Godzilla from now on.
Yeah.
And it just stuck, especially with that hair. You know, like that's a can of Aquanet. So see that right there.
Yeah.
Was.
Yeah, if you saw pictures of me, I tried to get my hair like that, and I've had pictures where my hair is totally big, and that's what we were trying to do back then. We were like, man, we gotta have that. We gotta look like that.
That's a can of Aquanet, and Maxine teasing his hair. So he stood up like that.
Yeah.
We actually had Aquanet in our rider.
Yeah, so did we. Yeah. Extra super old.
I never used it. You know,
never had to yet.
Mine was just until I got to the black and white shit, and then then. But so anyway, we did Sweden Rock, and we were blown away, and we said we need to work on the next record, and then we did a Sweden Rock again in 2018, I think it was. The first one was 2014.
Yeah.
And they brought us back in 2016 or 18, I can't remember.
Okay.
And the second time, the The second
Yeah.
time was just, I mean, it was amazing again, you know, and we were like, oh man, we got to keep doing this and keep doing this. But what happens is, you know, I live in Phoenix, they live in Detroit.
Yeah.
Our writing process is, you know, an idea goes to them, they do their ideas come to me, we mix them up together. So when we did the Monsters of Rock cruise in 2018
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something like that, or 2016, we did the Monsters of Rock cruise.
Oh, okay.
We met Chris Laney. So it turns out later on through another guy, Henrik Hallerson, who's a
Yeah.
writer, you know, and stuff. He actually sent me that poster, the debut of We Reserve the Right poster. And he hooked us up with Chris Laney. He says, you got to use Chris. He's a genius and stuff. And so we sent all these demos that we did and to Chris, and they came back like, we were like, oh my God, you know.
Yeah.
When you guys, seriously, when you hear some of this stuff,
I can't wait, man.
yeah, I'm so, you know, right now I'm finishing up the vocal tracks. I record here in Phoenix at a studio called the Platinum Underground,
Okay.
it's owned and run by John Aquilino, who
Yeah.
used
Yeah.
to be the guitar player and still is the guitar player of Icon. You remember
Oh yeah.
Icon?
Me and Tony were just talking about Icon the other day, like how great that
Yeah.
first record is.
Well, John's the engineer who's doing my vocals at Platinum Underground.
Wow.
Cool.
If you want to see a studio, go to Focusrite Room, you know, online, look it up.
Yeah.
John Aquilini. This studio, it's like you walk on the bridge to Star Trek. You know, that's the listening room, and then downstairs is the studio.
Yeah.
And John is amazing engineer. You know, amazing producer. You know, him and Chris both. When I do my vocals, Chris is zoomed live into the studio, so we can bang ideas off of each other. And
Yeah.
I've gotten so much better from Chris's advice on how to do studio. I'm a live singer, dude. You know, my voice is really powerful, and
Yeah.
you don't have. I didn't know. I just would go in and sing,
like right up to
the way, and they'd be like, "Hey, can you move away from the microphone a little and stuff?" And Chris showed me how you don't have to do that and still get that. So when you hear the vocals on this record, it's like, wow.
Amazing.
Now, if I can just incorporate that into live, I'll be good, because I think, you know, Madam X live is so loud.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wish we would have got to see you back in the day, like especially, or even now, like could be nice. But I mean, I hope.
Well, you will. We're
if you guys come to Portland, Oregon, man, you got to come to Portland. I know it's hard to book shows because of the bookers. You got to go by what the booker's going to offer you.
Yeah, you know, and I tell people all the time that get a hold of us and stuff. I said, look, you got to go to your promoters. You have to write in.
Yeah.
You know, you want Madam X. You want Madam X.
Yeah.
And it's happened. You know, we've gotten a couple of shows that way.
Yeah.
But you know.
That's what happened with Wasp. I mean, when Wasp did that tour, 40-year tour, whatever it is, Blackie said that all the fans just wrote to the bookers and got them to the U.S.
They were on Sweden Rock, too.
Yeah.
It was like a dream come true. You know, we got to play. Let's see. One year it was Priest, Iron Maiden, Wasp, all Volbeat was playing. Alice Cooper. Queensryche. I mean, everybody was hanging out.
And I've always felt like I always felt you guys rank right up there, like, especially that We Reserve the Right. To me, that ranks up there with the Wasp first album. All the albums that came out that year, like it's like right up there with all of them. It's just like, it's amazing that.
Thank you. You know, thanks to people like yourselves and stuff and doing this, you know, it makes an old man feel good, man.
Yeah. I mean, you're just, it's amazing to think, like, if you'd have told a 16-year-old that one day you're going to be talking to this guy in some alien technology called, you know, StreamYard or Zoom or whatever,
right?
I'd be like, what? No way. Like,
So we're just doing that. I'm finishing it up, and it's going to come out, and hopefully we can nail a tour or something, like, because, you know, you got to be out there playing. You know?
You
got to be out there playing. So we, you know, in the meantime, we're doing our things, you know, and I'm doing, you know, I work full time.
Mhm.
12-hour shifts in the jails, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
on the weekends, I keep my voice in shape. I do a tribute to Elvis,
Yeah, I was asking about that. So
and then I also do another show called An Evening of Bret Kaiser where I sing
there he is with
everything Elvis.
Elvis.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
do
Cool.
another show where I call Evening of Bret Kaiser where I sing everything. I do all the Rat Pack era,
Oh yeah.
all the crooners. I do
Nice.
Nice.
opera, I do a song by, that Pavarotti did called Nessun
Yeah.
Dorma. Um, I do everything. Air Supply. I
Yeah.
sing Partridge Family, everything.
Do you only do
Oh,
it in
cool.
like Arizona, or do you go to Vegas and do it there too, or do you have like a Vegas
I've
show?
I've done my Elvis show in Vegas and
Nice.
Branson
Hmm.
and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, mainly it's here. I got 3 steady restaurants. I play it a month,
Hmm.
once a month each
Yeah.
one, and it keeps me happy. My voice keeps it in shape. And I
Yeah.
really love doing Elvis, singing I'm not an Elvis impersonator.
Yeah.
Okay, I
You
don't try
just
to impersonate Elvis. I do a tribute to him.
yeah.
We're an Elvis tribute artist.
Yeah.
I just did a show with 2 other
Okay. Elvi.
Elvi,
Oh,
Yeah.
my.
called Elvis Lives at Casino Arizona out here in Arizona, and it was a smash. Sold out both nights, and I did it the first time in I think it was 2007. We did it, and great tribute artists that do it.
Yeah.
Chance Tinder, James Kruk just did it. Me, James, and Chance did this one. Before it was me, Chance,
Hmm.
Ellis, and Ellis Vertowski, I think his name was,
Yeah. Yeah.
and Pete Wilcox, who
Okay.
is like, he was the TV Elvis. He was on Alf, L.A. Law.
Yeah.
Anytime you
Yeah.
saw Elvis on TV, it was Pete.
Oh
So
really? Oh
yeah,
wow.
I got into the Elvis world and stuff like that, and there are so many great Elvis tribute artists.
Yeah.
Donnie Edwards, Doug
Hmm.
Church, Bill Cherry. They're all great.
Yeah.
I just do my little show. I don't enter contests. I don't do any of that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't. I just do a little tribute to Elvis because I dig Elvis, and you know what? The best part about it is seeing how happy people are when you do it. If you're sincere about it, I don't try
Yeah.
to be Elvis. I just
Yeah. Yeah.
oh yeah, I have the sideburns and I wear the outfit and stuff,
Yeah. Yeah. You
and
at
and
least you
people
got to have some of the similarity in there.
and people are like, I remember I was singing "Love Me Tender" to this woman, and she whispers in my ear, "Are you lip syncing?" I went, "Excuse me, no way,
Right.
ma'am. I never
Yeah.
lip sync, man."
I know. Yeah. Exactly.
But but it's just fun, man. It's a lot of fun. And plus,
Yeah.
it's not bad,
Yeah, yeah, I would
So
imagine it pays really well. I mean, the fact that you're getting paid for something you love to do, which is to sing, I mean, can't go wrong with that. I mean, a lot of people don't
right.
get that shot.
As long as I'm singing,
Yeah. Were you always
I'm
like aside from Elvis being a favorite, what about as far as favorite metal singer, like growing up, like who was your like? Because to me, your voice, when I hear it, like some singers have different similar voices to other singers. You,
mhm.
you remind me a lot of Graham Bonnet, which is like one of my
I've
favorite
gotten
metal
that.
singers.
Yeah, I've gotten
Is
that so many
just so
times
powerful
before.
and big,
Yeah,
you know.
Graham,
Uh,
unbelievable singer.
yeah.
I loved him. I love, of course, Halford.
Yeah.
Priest,
Right. Yep. Yep.
David Lee Roth.
Okay.
I mean, I'm more into the show. A show singer. Like,
Hmm.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I love
Singer
seeing
performs.
frontmen, yeah,
Yeah.
performing it. But singing wise, yeah, Graham Bonnet, of course,
Yeah. Yeah.
Ian Gillan from Deep
Oh yeah.
Purple,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
He's can't go wrong with
great
him.
singer.
Yeah.
There's so many, so many. I don't try to emulate any of them. I just
Yeah.
they really gave me, and then of course, the Long Island singers that I've learned from.
Okay.
We have some. It, Long Island had a lot of talent. Long
Oh
Island,
yeah.
man. A lot of people, D was a monster frontman.
Yeah.
D.
Yeah.
Snyder
I still
is,
think he's one
he
of the
still
greatest
is.
frontmen in rock
He
and
is.
metal. Yeah. I mean,
I
even to
watched him.
this
We
day.
used to go to every show. We used to go to
Uh-huh.
every show,
Yeah.
and we even got a chance to open up for him once. So and then Zebra. Randy
Yeah.
Jackson, great
Yeah. Yeah.
singer, great
Yeah.
singer.
Yeah. Zebra.
This guy Johnny Blaze, I learned a lot from him.
Oh yeah. I've heard that.
Swift Kick, John Pashota, but Johnny
Oh
goes by
yeah.
Johnny Blaze,
Uh-huh.
and like I said, Roy Gardner, another great singer, man. There's just I'm like a sponge.
Mm.
I don't steal anything from anybody, but I listen and
And you suck it in, and yeah,
I suck it in, yeah, and then just
yeah.
and then I develop my own style. So
Yep. And that's what it should be about. Is I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, he's ripping off this certain or whatever. No, it's about it's an influence, and it's everyone has it. Look, to be the one person is going to be this completely original, where like nobody sounds like it. It's
right,
know,
and that's even hard when you're
yeah.
writing. That's why I really don't listen to much, believe it or not, because to write songs, you come up with the song and you're like, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, I heard that riff somewhere. Where did I hear it?
Yeah.
So you try not to.
Yeah.
Try to be original.
Yeah, sometimes having a familiar riff where no one can name where it came from, but it's familiar enough to where it catches in your mind. That's a good way of. That's a good formula.
Here's a good story. We were recording my band Kaiser. We came to LA to record with Ron Bloomstrom. Ron Bloomstrom. I forget his last name. Bloom. Ron Bloom.
Okay.
In this studio in Burbank, and I had a song called Love something, whatever. But the hook of the song was the guitar part, and it went boom.
Oh yeah.
Doom, 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 down. Well, years later, Lita comes out with a song.
Oh yeah.
And there was the hook.
Kiss me once,
Kiss Me Deadly.
Yeah, Kiss Me Deadly. Yep.
That was the guitar hook.
Damn.
I was like, and it just so happens that Ron Bloom.
Yeah. Now that's a little
working
bit too.
with Lita Ford.
Yeah. There's no coincidence there. Doesn't sound like.
But like I said, whatever.
Yeah. What was that question you had, Tony? You wanted to ask about singers. What was the question you had about singers?
Oh, just go on. I'm eating. I'll be done in like 1 minute.
Okay. Yeah.
It's all right, man.
But
okay, let me ask.
All right.
I'll ask. So this might be a bit off-putting, but you're cool. Like, I'm just curious. So you're naming your vocal influences. Now I was always curious, growing up or in your teenage years, formative years, did you have any singers you just couldn't stand?
Couldn't stand?
Yeah, that you'd hear and they just grate your ears, but oh God, I can't handle this. I've always been curious if you had any. It's an interesting question,
Yoko Ono.
Yeah. Yeah, to this day, Yoko
Ono. Let's see.
No rock or metal singers, or
I didn't really ever get into the I don't know what they call it, thrash or.
Oh yeah, the thrash. Yeah. Like Slayer.
That's my specialty.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I like melody. I like I like anthems. When I can hear the vocals and say and know what they're saying and stuff like that. But no, you know what? Everybody, if you're having fun making music and doing your thing, and that's cool with me. But screeching vocals, no, because I have a lot of respect for those people that can, like the drummer from Triumph.
Oh yeah.
Rick Emmett or Gilmore.
Yeah.
Great high singer.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Russell Hitchcock, great singer.
Yeah.
From Air Supply. I like singers, and stuff, and then you go back to like Bobby Darin and Frank Sinatra, and of course
the crooners. Yeah.
Elvis. Elvis was one of the greatest entertainers ever. His greatest singer.
He's still considered the king of rock and roll, right? I would imagine.
Yeah. No, I think nobody put over a song like Elvis did. I mean, you could just feel his voice when he's singing. The passion.
People say, "Oh, he didn't write his own music or whatever," but that doesn't matter.
Nobody did.
Yeah,
nobody did back
exactly.
then.
Yeah, that's how it was back then. But it's the fact that he presented it the way he put his emotion and his feelings into it, and that's what resonated.
Yeah. The Beatles, love the Beatles. The Beatles, great singers. As far as hating a singer, I try not to hate anybody.
Yeah, because you're probably friends with a lot of them that you're.
I try not to hate anybody.
Yeah,
because hate is a waste of time.
Exactly.
You
It's a
know,
waste of energy.
Did you ever like Karen Carpenter?
love Karen Carpenter. I think she's one of the
Yeah,
greatest female
it's one of my
vocalists ever.
favorites.
You
Oh,
know,
Janis Joplin. Janis Joplin.
was she a girl? No.
Can't go-
What a
can't go-
singer! What
Yeah.
a singer!
Yeah.
You know, she can put over. Oh my God, there was a girl that was on American Idol that I thought was going to be the next Janis Joplin. I forget her name, but
Oh,
she
Yeah, I
had
think
that.
I forgot her
Yeah,
name.
she
Yeah.
had that. You know what
Yeah.
Janis had.
She was
I
the young
thought for
girl.
sure.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
thought for sure. You know, but you know, there's so much music in the world and so much room for singers and bands and everything.
Mhm.
Yep.
You know, I just don't have time to go, you know what? I don't like that one, or, you know.
Yeah. How do you feel about today's music industry, the way everything's now streamed and anyone can just sort of get music whenever, wherever, as opposed to back in the day, you had to go hunt for that stuff? And do you still keep up on like newer bands or anything, or keep up on the like you still
No,
have your? Yeah, that's good.
no, I don't. You know,
Yeah,
streaming, the internet killed the record business.
yeah, pretty
You know what I
much. Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Streaming, getting free songs and everything, and
Mhm.
the people who really suffer are the songwriters
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you
Mhm.
know and the bands that
Yeah.
worked hard to make those songs,
Mhm.
and somebody shares it, and then that person shares it, and then
Yeah,
they don't go out and buy physical copies anymore. You
yeah.
know,
That's why I always buy
there's
physical.
nothing like vinyl. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. Yep. I got back into
And
vinyl in 2019, and now I got like 900 pieces because
yeah,
I fell into the streaming trap for a while, but I thought, you know what, I'm missing something. It's that, oh yeah, it's holding the record and reading the liner
yeah.
notes, and now you
How
get like
many times
vinyl.
you run to
Yeah,
the store and you buy that record and you take it out
yeah,
and you look at the pictures and you read the
yeah,
lyrics? So,
yeah.
you know,
So there's nothing
yeah.
like that.
But
Now I try to
streaming,
encourage it.
you know,
Mhm.
what else? The internet. You know,
Yeah,
we couldn't do this if we didn't have the internet.
exactly. Yeah,
Then,
yeah. There's
you know
there's
what I'm
the,
Mhm.
saying?
the pros
So
and the
there is
cons.
a good side to it, and
Hmm.
then you know,
Yeah, I came across this on your Facebook.
ah,
Is this an animated Madam X coming out soon, or is that just something a one-off thing that someone
you
did?
know what? That was
That's
from
pretty cool.
a girl, and geez, I just had a blonde moment
Oh
because
yeah.
I am blonde.
Uh, same here.
Well, actually, probably silver now, but
Yeah.
yeah, she a wonderful artist. God, I feel so bad that I can't remember things right now.
Yeah.
Oh, let me have a sip of my coffee.
Yeah, yeah. I can see the name up there a little bit, but it's kind of scribbled her autograph. But yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
she's
so she did
amazing.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she did that, and
Cartoonist.
amazing. She actually did a little comic book, which we probably
Oh,
we were
cool.
talking about
Uh-huh.
adding to the new record that comes out.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that'd be
Yeah, you
awesome.
should. I mean, like a Bruce Dickinson did one with just his new record comic
Yeah.
book, and which I
So,
just got.
because she is a great artist. I mean, we were
Yeah.
blown away by that, you know, and stuff.
Mm.
And you know what? I have to look that up, and I have to tell her
Yeah.
name because she is amazing. I can't think of it right now off the top of
You
my
guys, do
head.
you guys have any songs that are completely done that you're looking at maybe releasing a single soon for the new record? Like, what does that look like?
That's a possibility. I
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Don't know until you get there, right?
yeah. We want to finish it first,
Yeah.
and then you know, because I even suggested doing a trilogy. You know, like
Oh, okay.
3-part EPs. You know what
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. That'd be cool.
But it's probably just going to be a full-length record, you know, because that's Madam X. That's
Yeah, yeah.
what we do.
Are you guys signed to a new label, or are you guys going more like the distributor route? In this?
No, we're not signed, but
But you're definitely able to put it out. That's the thing
we're
nowadays. You don't really need a full big old record label these days. You could put
yeah.
that
I
stuff out.
mean, look how many internet stars there are now. You know?
Yeah, right.
But
And
do they have the chops to go out and play live?
yeah.
You know what
Now
I
they're
mean?
now they're gonna ban
Without
yeah.
backing tracks
Mhm.
and
Yeah. Now they're
you know
gonna
what I mean?
ban TikTok. That's gonna hurt a lot of musicians and artists, I think, that make a decent living off TikTok if they do ban that. But,
Those TikTokers are ticking me off.
yeah. But hey, sad or have the Chinese in your shit.
Right? I'm looking for her name because I would feel really bad if I
Yeah, let's give her a
Moxie.
little.
I think she's Moxie something is her.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll give her a
Maggie. Yeah, her name is Maggie Van Heusen, I think.
Maggie Van
But
Heusen. You do excellent work, Maggie, if you're watching this.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Maggie is amazing, and she
Yeah.
goes. I forget what her
I like
screen
this.
name was, but
Yeah, that would make a cool comic book or even an animated series.
yeah, it's we were blown away when I seen it. I was like, wow!
Mhm.
And you should see some of the, some of the, especially the comic she came up with. It was based off of the "We Reserve the Right"
Okay.
video,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
it was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like for instance, she did this here. I don't know if I can. I can't turn it, but I'll just turn it.
Oh, I see. Oh,
Can you
nice.
see it?
Yeah.
There's us. There's
Mhm.
us, and
Yeah.
then
Okay.
there's the comic.
That's
It was
badass.
like, wow.
Yeah.
Great,
That's
great
got to
work.
happen. We got to make that happen, man.
Yeah, and then I noticed she's doing stuff for other people too now and stuff.
Oh,
So
cool. Yeah, in the
yeah,
description of the
artwork.
video, I was gonna.
Yeah, her screen name is MAGA MAGGABYTES 456
Okay.
Magabytes 456.
Oh, cool.
Amazing artist.
Yeah.
We have
So,
so many people that helping. Like
mhm.
Henrik Halverson, Chris
Yeah.
Laney.
Mhm.
All these people that help us out.
Yeah.
And are on the Madam X train. Now, if we can just get that juggernaut out of the train
Yeah.
station
Yeah.
and push it,
And it'd be great to
But
have you guys back on when the album comes out. Have you guys maybe even have the whole band on and we could
that
talk
would be
about
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Except, you know what? That'd be like,
no, trying to get everyone together with the.
no, that would be like, my my stepdad, my dad, my pop,
Yeah.
he just turned 94 yesterday.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Good for
And
you, Pop. Mhm.
but we used to go into the city, and now
Mhm.
he's Italian, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He was born in Brooklyn and stuff.
Oh,
So
okay.
he had 11 brothers.
Wow.
So we used to go into the city and sit down at a table with, you could imagine, the 11 brothers, the
Mhm.
grandmother, grandmother and grandfather, all the kids. Everybody's talking at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be crazy.
So doing an interview with all four of us
Yeah, especially with
is an experience,
the
man.
Petrucci Italian sisters and Chris. You say he's like
Godzilla. Most of the
Yeah.
time, I just sit there and wait. Wait. I'll throw what I know in every once in a while.
You're being crashing the internet.
Who's the quietest one in Madam X out of everybody? Who's the most reserved?
I would say probably me or Maxine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roxy is like she plays drums.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's like that. She's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Chris is all over the place.
Yeah.
And and Max, she gives her input, and I do too. When there's a question to be remembered or something to be remembered, they all look at me, and I'm like,
yeah,
okay, because I remember everything.
Yeah, I remember
every little story from the road, everything. Yeah.
You're like a human documentarian.
Yeah, I got one of those photographic memories and stuff. So
I remember back in the day, man, everyone especially when we were in high school, like everyone's all Lita Ford, Joan Jett was like, no, but me and Tony were like, no, Maxine and Roxy, these are the metal chicks right here, man.
Yeah.
And they could play, like they totally. I always thought
we opened up
way better than.
Yeah, we opened up for Lita once.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, at the country club in California.
That would have been cool, a guitar duel between Lita and Maxine,
I actually live by the country club. I'm about 2 miles from the country club. Yeah.
Yeah,
I go by there all the time.
I remember playing once, and the place was sold out. It was jam packed, and I turned around and looked. Roxy was playing, and I see behind her. I see Tommy Lee, Tommy Aldridge, Ted Nugent was at the show, Kevin DeBro, some other people, rockers. They all came to the show, and like after the show was the real party. That's where we have those pictures with Ted, with the girls and us and stuff, and Uncle Ted,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got to play with him again at Sweden Rock, and
nice.
Motor City Madman.
Motor City Madman. He's still going, still trucking.
Yeah. What's your most fondest memory of being a Madam X? Like the fondest memory that you have, especially back in the day.
Seeing myself on MTV.
Would have been
the first time we were.
That was amazing. I bet.
We were in a bar. I guess we were playing this place, but we were, and on the TV, I look up and I was like, "Hey, there we are!"
Yeah.
It was MTV, man. And
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
When the
Cool.
record came out, to actually hold the record, I made a record, and
Mhm.
stuff,
Yeah.
and then of course the first time we played Sweden Rock, that was amazing. There's
Mhm.
been so many monumental memories that you know
Yeah.
it was just I have those,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
And you got more coming, sounds like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I just like to clear something up right
Yeah, let's do that.
now. Everybody asks all the time. I'm surprised you guys haven't asked me about Sebastian yet.
I was probably gonna like
I was
bring up,
gonna ask.
but you did bring up you were friends with him.
Okay, I'll let you bring it up. Go ahead.
So I guess how did that come about? Like I guess you said like how when you left and then Sebastian came in, but how did you end up becoming friends with him, or like what was that like?
Well, I met Sebastian when Madam
Mhm.
X played in Canada. You
Yeah.
know, he said he snuck into the bar. I think the bar was called Heaven or
Uh
something like
huh.
that. It was in Toronto,
Yeah.
and I met him there, and then when we went about our business, then when I went to New York, and there, and they had a new singer, and I found, it was Sebastian Bach, and
Yeah.
they, that whole story, that he was with them for about, I think, maybe 7 months to a year, maybe. And Max and Chris were invited to Mark Weiss's wedding,
Mm. Oh yeah.
and they brought Sebastian with them, and he met Bon Jovi people, that Skid Row people, and that's how that whole thing hooked up.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
funny part about it was that while that was going on, I'm back in New York, and I got a cassette tape with lyrics from a
Hmm.
band called Skid Row saying, "Hey, we
Okay.
want you to be our singer."
Oh wow.
Hmm.
And I was like, I just left Madam X, and I really don't want to move to Jersey.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, imagine how that would have turned out. Huh?
It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what that's
That's the
what I was
universe right
saying
there.
about.
Yeah.
Right. And then, so anyway, I'm playing in Phoenix, with my band Kaiser and stuff, and then Madam X was coming to town to play Rockers.
Yeah.
So they came down to one of my shows, and
Hmm.
Sebastian and everything, and we remember meeting the first time, so we just talked and everything, and hey
Yeah.
dude, this
Yeah.
guy,
Yeah.
man, these guys are crazy, man.
I love that
You
guy.
know,
I could watch this stuff all day, like the way he talks, and he's just
right?
so funny.
And
I
he
love his
was like,
videos.
there was no animosity or no
Yeah,
jealous,
just no.
nothing. We
Yeah,
just.
it happened
So
the way it
actually, I
happened.
remember Sebastian calling me,
Hmm.
and he goes, "Hey man, did you hear the record?" You
That's a good
know,
impression.
you know, the Skid Row record. I said, "Yeah, I sure did, Baz. It sounds great." He goes, "Yeah, it sounds like you've done it. I've ripped you off totally."
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
He didn't play
But
very many. He didn't play very many gigs with Madam X, did he? Because I was looking online. There's only one thing on
well,
online.
I think they went on a little mini tour and
Oh yeah,
stuff,
okay.
and
'Cause they
of the
never did a picture
states,
with him or
just a couple
nothing.
of bars and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
And you know, then he got the gig with Skid Row because
Yeah.
that was what was meant to be.
Meant to be. Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Well, it all fell into
And
place.
and this is why when Madam X is back, and stuff,
Hmm.
because it's meant to be. Maybe it wasn't our time then.
Yeah.
A lot of
Exactly.
people say you were ahead of your time and stuff like
I
that.
think you
Well,
were. Yeah.
yeah, and so maybe it's Madam X's time coming. Who
Hmm.
knows? I hope
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've gone to Sebastian's shows and everything, and he's
Hmm.
like, do that note, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Ah!
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He goes, "You hear that?" I got a
Uh-huh.
video of him doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
He's like, we both sang, what was it? Come on, come all together.
Oh yeah.
Me
Yeah.
and him,
Come
me and
on.
him on this video.
Uh,
I have the video,
yeah.
you know,
And he's got a good
and
comeback coming back. He's
he,
got a new song out,
yeah,
couple new songs. It sounds really good.
he's a
So
great guy. He's a great
yeah,
guy.
seems like it.
Great frontman, great singer. He's a rock star. He's a rock
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
He reached that status.
Yeah.
And that, like I said, that was meant to be.
And
You
he's
know,
still a big kid at heart. He's still like he's so passionate with his music and he's a
he's a
fan.
kid.
Yeah.
He's a kid. Period.
Yeah. That's why his new
He's a
album is
kid
called
trapped in an old
Yeah.
guy's body.
That's why his new album is called Child Within the Man, because it's like that's a perfect title for him. He's a
Yeah.
child within the man. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when we wrote that, when Chris wrote that Another 80s Rock song,
Yeah.
we say that my inner child, my inner
Yeah.
inner demons coming out and stuff like that. And, you know, that one verse in it where I told Katy Perry to kiss my ass.
Oh, yeah. I love that part. Yeah. If radio was still around the way it was back in the day, that song would have been up there. But it's
right.
Streaming and everything.
That's a great song. I want to include it on the new record, remixed by Chris Laney. You know,
I
hope we can do that. Because it's just too good of a song not to.
Especially now with everyone in the 80s, like, you know, resurgence, and we got to. I think it would go. I think now would be the time for that song, you know, especially. I can totally see that. Yeah, man. Well, it's been great. Been great talking to you, brother.
That was the whole story with Sebastian. We're friends. We're good friends, you know, and there's no this, that, you know, and stuff like that. So
that's good to hear. Yeah, man. So
but I'm tired. You know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of people going, "That don't look like Baz on the Madam X pictures." It don't sound like.
Yeah.
Well, it's not.
And it's totally different hair. I mean, even though it's got the big hair and
it's not. It's me. I did the first the We Reserve the Right album. I did the videos. Stuff like that. But,
you know about this, Bret?
Oh,
have you seen this?
Yeah.
Have you seen this magazine yet?
Oh, yeah, the Rock.
Have you seen this?
That's
I don't have that. No.
That's another thing that just came out.
I want that.
That's a nice.
I didn't realize it was a big spread like that.
It's like 4 or 5 pages. I think I'm still reading it actually.
That's a great picture, man. I look really good in that picture. Oh, that's Chris.
Yeah. But still, I mean, you're in there. There's the sisters. Yeah, it's a really good story.
Wow. Yeah, I got to get that. I got to write them and see.
Yeah, even they talk about the whole.
There you go, Sebastian, right there.
Sebastian. They had to put that in there, didn't they?
They got a few shots of Sebastian in there.
Look at that one. That one's cool.
Which one?
I'm halfway through the article, and it sounds like they go through.
I can't even see that picture.
Yeah.
Okay, that was taken at the Token Lounge.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many years ago? A few years ago.
A couple years ago, because we just did the last show we did there. You know, we did a show at the Token Lounge and stuff, and actually the video of Resurrection, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
That we put out. You know, there's a video out of that.
Yeah. I think I saw that. Yep.
That's at the Token Lounge. So
cool.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to this new album, man. It's like this is a perfect year for it too.
Me too.
40 years of Madam X, and then come out from the first album to this.
It will be out this year.
Yeah,
awesome.
We're counting on it, man.
I've had so many people write me. Yeah, sure. You said that last time.
Yeah, but it's understandable for that. You know, it's the music industry now, and it's like, you know, especially it takes forever to get even vinyl pressed. I mean, a band can say like, "Oh, the album's going to come out next month," but then all of a sudden you get to notice, sorry, it's going to be 4 months from now because vinyl pressing takes forever. And
that's exactly what happened with Monstrosity. You know, like Monstrosity we released on Halloween.
Yeah, okay.
You know, and that just happened to happen. You know, we didn't plan that. It just happened to happen because of the pressing. I guess they pressed it over in Tibet or whoever, you know, EMP, you know, and they pressed a certain amount of copies, and the first pressing all sold out, so they did a second pressing and stuff, and then that pressing messed up, so they had delays, and a lot of people, you know, tried to pre-order the record, and never got it because of the mess up.
Has there been any talk of doing because a lot of bands are doing the reissues of especially 40th anniversary? Is there any talks about or are you able to? Do you still own the?
You know. We were going to not redo it, but reissue We Reserve the Right. You know, we don't even know where the masters are right now.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering because this is the time to do it.
And that's probably the reason why we didn't make, you know, anything off of it because somebody else had, you know. But we own right now, it goes back to the, you know, after a certain amount of time, it goes back to you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
Now all we got to do is try to find out. You know,
who's got the masters?
I heard like so many different Sanctuary records or Renaissance records or Metal Blade records. You know, they all shared in it somehow.
Yeah. They're in there somewhere. It'd be cool to release that.
So hopefully we could,
rare demos.
And we have. What we did was we recorded our show at the first Sweden Rock. You know, you know, and like Kiss Alive.
Yeah.
You know, they redid their vocals and stuff like that.
Yeah. You got to go and fix a few things. There's nothing wrong with that.
But we have those tracks in the can, you know.
A Madam X live album, that would be badass. Yeah.
Live in Sweden
be cool.
or something like that.
Yeah, I would totally get that shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
And you know, the special thanks list right now would take up the whole
Yeah, I bet.
you know, of just everybody who's had a hand in helping us and stuff
Mhm.
like that along the way. And
That's great, man.
you know,
I'm looking forward
but
to
I
reading those
appreciate you
liners.
guys.
I appreciate you
Thank
too,
you.
man. And thank you for coming on,
You
man.
know,
It's like
that's-
giving us
Yeah,
a whole.
cool.
I
you
mean,
made my whole year.
you made my whole life.
Nice.
You know,
Yeah.
like
You know, now I'm used to doing this now. You know,
oh
the
yeah,
hang
yeah.
ten, the
If we
hang
do
10.
this, we do that. Oh yeah, because
I gotta remember, this is metal. This is Elvis.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Dio did the metal. This is Dio.
Yeah, there I am.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
That's the man of the hour right there, man.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. And
We reserve the right.
so when's your
I've
next
had this
gig? What do
record for 40 years almost.
My
when's
next
your-
gig
Yeah, when's your next gig? Is Elvis or whatever the
be
next trip?
Friday. This next
Okay, cool.
Friday.
Because I'm going to put everything in the description and the video description. I'm going to put like your link to your website. And,
Oh, you got my website and stuff?
Yeah, I got that.
My personal website?
Yeah, I got you. Is it the Bret
Cool.
Kaiser Entertainer, right? Yep. Yeah.
No,
I was looking at that.
BretKaiser.com.
.com, yeah. And
Spelled
then,
with one T. Brett
one
with
T.
one T.
Bret with one T.
BRET. Where did my finger go? Oh, there.
And
it
I
is.
just found out that Madam X has a website. I don't know. I should have known that a little while back, but it's madamx.org or something, right?
Yeah, it's madam
Dash
X
X, yeah.
.org.
Org, yep. So we'll be looking at
Meaning
that for
dot
updates.
original Madam X, you know.
Yeah.
But
original
dot
And if you
org.
could please send those posters, don't forget.
Yeah.
I won't. Yeah, guys, just send me where to send it to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
send me the link, you know, the Addy, so I
Okay.
can send
Mm-hmm.
you the stuff. I'll try to get that out as soon as I can.
Cool.
Awesome.
And
That'd be cool.
Yeah, man.
all right, but thank you so much, guys.
Thank
really.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you guys look very metal.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
And you too, man. You're always
Well,
gonna
you
be
know,
metal.
I had to do my hair back because
Yeah.
when I woke up this morning, it was very Elvis-y.
When Madam X gets back out there, I'm sure you got to put the little blonde spot in there again, right? Or the blonde.
Oh, yeah.
when you,
yeah, I'm gonna do like Kiss does and get myself a full head wig. And
yeah, get the
Cool.
wig. Yeah. That's what Ace Frehley said. Ace Frehley's like, yeah, we all wear wigs now. It's like,
you know, most of the Elvis guys have all
Yeah.
wigs. I don't.
Yeah.
This is
Nothing
my
wrong
hair,
with
my hair, my sideburns and stuff. You know.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, brother. Well, thank you
All
so
right.
much, and have a good day.
Thank you, guys.
Horns up and peace out.
You got it. Thanks,
All right,
buddy.
bro. You too.
Bye-bye.